Today's lesson will be on circles and volume. First, let's establish some vocabulary. Our first vocabulary word is area. Area is the extent or measurement of a surface or piece of land. Next, we have circumference. Circumference is the enclosing boundary of a curved geometric figure, especially a circle. Next, we have volume, the amount of three-dimensional space an object occupies. Next, we have radius, which is a straight line from the center to the circumference of a circle or sphere, and it is represented by an r in the equation. Lastly, we have diameter, which is a straight line passing from side to side through the center of a body or figure, especially a circle or sphere, and is represented by a d. We also must go over Cavalier principle. If, in two solids of equal altitude, the sections made by planes parallel to and at the same distance from their respective bases are always equal, then the volumes of the two solids are equal. This means that if two of the same shapes have the same dimensions, the volumes of the same two shapes are equal. First off, we'll learn how to find the area and circumference of circles. As previously stated, the radius is a line from the center to the circumference of the circle, whereas the diameter is a line passing straight through. In order to find the area of a circle, you have pi times r squared. In our example, r equals 3. So we would multiply pi times 3 squared, which equals 9. So pi times 9 equals 28.26. That is our area of the circle. There are two ways to find the circumference of a circle. You can either use 2 times pi times r, or you can simply use pi times the diameter of the circle. If we were to use the radius to find the circumference, we would multiply the radius by 2. So again, our radius equals 3. So 3 times 2 equals 6. Then we would multiply 6 times pi, which gives us 18.84. If we were to use the diameter, which our diameter is 6, we would use pi times 6, which also equals 18.84. This is how you would relate the area and circumference to a real-life situation. It is your first day working at a local pizza parlor. Your boss had to leave early, and now it's just you at the shop. A customer asks you what the circumference of a small, medium, and large pizza are. You take a ruler and measure the radius of each pizza. Find the circumference of each pizza. The radius of a small pizza is 4 inches. So you'll multiply 2 times pi times 4. Of course, 4 times 2 equals 8, and then you just multiply 8 times pi, which gives you 25.12 inches. The radius of a medium pizza is 5 inches. So you'd multiply 2 times 5, which equals 10, multiply 10 by the pi, and you get 31.4 inches. And our large pizza is 6 inches. Then you'd multiply 2 times 6, which gives you 12. Then pi times 12 equals 37.68 inches. Next, we'll do spheres. To find the area of a sphere, you multiply 4 times pi times r squared. Or you can just multiply pi times d squared. As you can see, we use the radius to find the area. We have a radius of 4, so we'd square 4, which equals 16. Then multiply 16 by 4, which equals 64. Then multiply 64 times pi, which equals 200.96. And to use the diameter to find the area, as you can see, our diameter is 8. That would be 8 squared, which equals 64, times pi, which equals 296. To find the volume of a sphere, you would multiply 4 over 3 r cubed times pi. Again, r equals 4. So 4/3 times pi times 4 cubed equals 4 over 3 pi times 64. That would give us 4/3 times 296, which then equals 267.95. State regions are coming up for the girls' high school soccer. River Ridge is providing balls for the home game, and they need to be the right volume. The soccer ball has a radius of 8.6 inches. What is the volume? So like we did before, we have 4 over 3 pi times the radius cubed. 8.6 cubed equals 636.1. Then we'd multiply that by pi, which gives us 1,997.2. Then we'd multiply that by 4 over 3, which gives us 2,662.9 cubic centimeters. Next we'll do cylinder. For cylinder, we'll learn to find the height and the volume. To find the height, you need the area minus 2 times pi times r squared over 2 times pi times r. You shouldn't need this for the milestone because they should give you the height, but here's how to do it just in case. In order to find the volume, you need pi times r squared times h. As you can see in our example, our height is 7 and our radius is 2. So we'll multiply 2 squared times pi times 7, which equals pi times 4 times 7, which also equals pi times 28. Pi times 28 equals 87.92. A soda can is 4 inches tall with a radius of 2 inches. How much soda is inside the can? Hint. Think volume. Okay, so we have a radius of 2 and a height of 4. So we will square 2, which equals 4. Then multiply 4 times 4 times pi, which comes to pi times 16. Pi times 16 equals 50.24 ounces. So that means that there are 50.24 ounces of soda in a Pepsi can. Next we'll do cone. In order to find the volume of the cone, you multiply 1 over 3 times pi times r squared times h. In our example, the height of the cone is 23.87 inches and the radius is 2. So we'd multiply 1/3 times pi times 2 squared times 23.87, which comes to 1/3 times pi times 4 times 23.87, which equals 1/3 times pi times 95.48. Once you multiply 95.48 times pi, you get 1/3 times 299.81. This makes our volume 99.94. During the summer, a little girl buys an ice cream cone. She wants to know how much ice cream she really got. What is the volume of the ice cream cone? The ice cream cone has a radius of 3 and a height of 6. So it's 1/3 times pi times 9 times 6, which equals 1/3 times pi times 54, which then equals 1/3 196.56, which makes our volume 56.52. Lastly is how to figure out the volume of a pyramid. To find the volume of a pyramid, you have to know what the base area of the pyramid is. And the base area is the length times width of the bottom of the pyramid. So let's say we have a length of 1 and a width of 2. That means 1 times 2, which equals 2. So the base area of this pyramid is 2. To find the volume, you'd multiply the base area times the height times 1/3. So if we have a base area of 2 and a height of 3, we'd get 6 times 1/3, which equals a volume of 2. This concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. If you need help on your worksheet, just refer back to the notes and hopefully goodbye and good luck on the milestone.